No. Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are more or less kneeling to the mob movement, so congrats for wimping out, guys. Okay, so they got married on a former plantation called Boone Hall. And what they're now saying 7-8 years later is that they're deeply sorry for where they had their marriage. What they saw online was a perfect wedding location, but what they saw in person was a place built upon devastation. Now, it's just a coincidence that they're now saying this during the whole Black Lives Matter thing, but whatever. So my point that Conscious wanted to point out, are we going to do this for everything? Because if we do, what is Conscious's favorite saying? Let's be consistent. So if we're going to complain about a plantation because slaves helped build it, let me run through some things where it was fucked up. So are we supposed to apologize for Mount Rushmore, it was created by a former KKK member? What about the Erie Canal, which is right in our backyard, which was built by Irish indentured servants who worked 12 to 15-hour shifts 6 days a week for roughly 2/3 of what the average workforce would get during that time. That's terrible. By the way, at least 60% of that workforce eventually died. Or let's go to the Panama Canal, where over 10,000 of the workers ended up dying, which is roughly 10% of the workforce. So 100,000 people worked on the Panama Canal. 10,000 at least died. Most of them were blacks or straight up Africans. Nobody says anything about that. Or what about the most visited man-made thing? The Great Wall of China, which had slaves and forced labor building it over the course of millennium. Oh, yeah. You know how many people died building that? Over 1 million people died. And you know where they were buried? They didn't get honorable burial. No, they got
buried into the wall.
Exactly. They were buried into the motherfucking wall. Or what about the Great Pyramids of Egypt or the Gizas, right? Supposedly, they weren't slaves, but a lot of people died working on those too. So where are we going to draw the line? Because there's at least dozens more famous sites and monuments. I didn't look into the supposed hundreds, but I know there's dozens more. So we could keep going down this list. So I just want to point this out, Ryan Reynolds. If you know anybody who got married at the Great Pyramids or the Great Wall of China or on any canal, bash them too. Tell them to apologize. If you're so fucking sorry, you say something the moment you find out 2-3 years later. Not when the whole fucking mob movement is saying who the fuck can we cut off their dick necks or whose titties we could slice off because we want you to bend to your fucking knees and suck our cocks.
We're not him. We're not with him daily. We don't know if he's really a racist or if he's not, to say if he did it to be funny or if he didn't.
Oh no, this was serious though.
I understand.
Okay.
He got married on the plantation, but you know what made him decide? Did he say why?
Yeah, because he now sees the error in his way, and he feels ashamed, and so does Blake Lively. This isn't all about Ryan Reynolds. Blake Lively, that bitch needs to be thrown on the bus too.
No, what I'm saying is, what was their purpose in doing it?
Well, they knew it was a plantation.
Right.
Beforehand, but it looked beautiful. That's why they wanted to go there. But then
all the beautiful places with all that goddamn money and you pick a plantation, bitch, you being funny. It probably is a little sensitive for people. You never know what somebody's thinking in the inside, but shit, maybe he was thinking it was just beautiful. I thought that, like, I'm not thinking, damn, this nigga fucked up. Nah, I hope he ain't do that shit on purpose. I saw that on Instagram, and I thought that to myself.
Okay.
But not everybody's going to think like that.
But both of your points are very valid. But what does Conscious like to preach? Consistency. How many slaves really died during that period?
It makes you sensitive to it automatically, not on purpose. Like, as much as I am, as indifferent as I am about things and open to opinions, that shit still makes me feel in the back of my, you know what I'm...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Francis disagrees with why, but he understands because that's part of your culture. But also remember, Francis came from a culture where until recently, they never went more than 50 years without being dominated, which means rape, that means enslavement, and that means everything under the bunch as African slaves by numerous groups. You want to go the Mongol route? I put money. Slaves never had as rough as the Mongols. You want to get into the details about the Mongols and how rough they were, how brutal they were? What about the Germans? No, X. But what I'm saying, I respect where you're coming from, but give me the consistency. If we're going to be so vilifying against plantations and the words related to plantations, where's that same hate for?
Ask the media to put out something about Mongols, and then you'll have your hate.
I don't think so.
It is controlled. This is controlled.
X.
That's bullshit. We hate the Nazis for what we know and what we saw.
You only hate the Nazis because of how it affected Americans.
No,
you don't hate the Nazis.
Why do I? No, that's not why I hate the Nazis. I hate the Nazis because I saw a boy in striped pajamas. That's why I hate the Nazis. Because of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that made me feel fucked up. Because I saw Schindler's List. Because I went to the Holocaust Museum. And not because of what I know it did to Americans or how it affects me or my family or anybody else. I hate Nazis for the shit that they did to Jews.
To be clear, I'm not saying you. I'm saying you as the public.
And I'm saying the public, I'm speaking for the public. I'm saying if they put some shit out about Mongols or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Unify, it unifies people. It makes people, sharks.
Where's the hate for China? Who have, as of recently, enslaved 2 million Muslims. We supposedly despise Trump because he's this.
It's what is exposed. It's the amount of things.
There's
exposed.
information out there.
It might be there, but we're not going to see it as much. They control what you know. What I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but that's ignorance, and I don't. Yeah. I'm not excusing.
And not
ignorance.
Everybody is going to be intelligent enough to just go check out the news and the worldly news and look into things and read into things and find facts. And they know this. You know how many times you could get a spotlight notification for your Apple News, and it'll end up having a link for something that'll distract you so quick?
Yeah.
Even after you pay for no ads?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
They pick and choose what they want to be angry over. That's true. But a lot of it is based on what they see. Not as many people would be freaking out about that shit if they didn't just have a movie with Janelle Monáe and Harriet, you know what I'm saying? Or the Black Lives Matter movement would be happening. If this happened a couple years ago, I get it. People would be mad. Black people would be upset, but it wouldn't even be on this gratitude. It would not be on this magnitude.
Yeah, because it's an election year.
That's how it is. You know it. It's election year. You already know this shit.
Yes.
Okay, then.
That doesn't mean we have to be okay with it. Be open-minded. Like, if you could prove me wrong about something, I want that. Because it makes me better.
He likes...
Just a friendly reminder, guys. Hit the subscribe button in this corner. And then for the newest video. Then for the most recommended. And then for our famous dick pic.